We come to weave a room to hang all those who rise from left to right. We come as you did, uninvited, uninvited. I come to cut out a soldier's heart for soldier.
My paintings have always tried to address conflict, the idea of conflict. And when I first heard about the Moscow theatre siege, it was something that began to fascinate me for all sorts of reasons, that it involved aspects like the rise of Islamic fundamentalism, terrorism, the idea of people being held captive against their will. And I thought this would be an interesting idea to address through paintings. I felt that if it became some kind of performed event, this would take it into a new dimension.
You don't speak English. So no point watching the show then, eh? Shame. It's about this impossible, pointless, insufferable, interminable war between... Oh, I wish you'd seen the helicopter.
I like the helicopter. Come alone?
Absolutely. You?
Completely.
Isn't this frightening?
What's tantalising about this story, it was about a group of people who went to the theatre, and some of them who knew that their own army were occupying another country, and we all, you know, are citizens of countries that have armies occupying other countries. But to what extent had they really engaged with the idea that their army were occupying this other country, engaged in a war with them? How much did it affect them? And so suddenly that war was not over there, but right there, in their laps, at the theatre, on a night where actually they had gone out for, I wouldn't say, you know, this wasn't Mamma Mia, they weren't having an evening of downright silliness, but they were going out for a jolly night out. And then suddenly they're confronted with their own mortality, the potential of their own death.
This dream again, when the bomb rips the grave apart, and look, the coffin's open, and my son in there sits up-grinning, and up he gets and walks towards the houses, picking flowers for me on the way.
Having had a lot of experience of working on opera, in which, particularly 19th century opera, in which, say, if you're working on a piece of Verdi, you're often looking at, you know, the chorus expressing the collective consciousness and the soloists and individual characters. It's like a disaster movie where you're looking at, you know, a lot of people escaping from the towering inferno, and then you go in and meet your protagonist characters. That somehow this story might be best served by the power of a mass chorus voices and individual voices. The keynote was, let's try not to limit ourselves by defining it as any one thing. I think we're ready to make a production of it. I think this is an event. It's a massive, I wouldn't say massive, but it's a massive in its potential impact event. And what we really need is the space.
This dream again, when the bomb rips the grave apart, and look, the coffin's open, and my son in there sits up grinning, and up he gets and walks towards the houses, picking flowers for me on the way. This dream again, when you hear somebody knock upon the door, and look, my voice standing grinning, and you feel your own mouth smile.